So I haven't checked out anything. I haven't seen the bracket yet, but here we are. And it's actually Bunny in the top right playing against MaxPax already in the bottom left. I'm not sure what happened here. I'll quickly check out the bracket here, but this is an insane match already happening here in basically one of the early rounds. It feels like, because I mean, what up? Oh wait, oh, it's daylight savings. Oh fuck. So I'm 2 hours late. Oh shit. There we go. Alright guys, welcome. We're already in the round of 8. Oh my fucking daylight freaking savings. God. Oh! Okay. But nonetheless, here we are. Inside Bunny and MaxPax. And yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. We also have Rogue playing against Cure? Shit! Gerald? Oh my god. Damn it, curse it. What did I do? What did I do to myself? I didn't know. Daylight savings is such a freaking stupid system. You should all just vote for the president who does get rid of this next year, please, or next election, because that's the worst thing that ever happened to the rest of humanity. Fucking daylight idiot saving. Okay, but here we are. MaxPax, one of the greatest of his race, against Bunny, one of the swiftest Terrans. Very tactical player, likes to do weird tactical moves which seem strange but then work out perfectly fine for him. Is a very aggressive player, and well, MaxPax is kind of the same book, right? He's a very tactical player. He has a very good unit usage. Oh my god, man! I was just like you know, going to the hospital with my daughter and getting some medicine there because she's got like a throat infection or something, a light one. So yeah, just had that, and then, you know, I just got back and I thought like, I have time. It's just the first round. We're like 20 minutes in. It's gonna be fine. Now we're already 1 hour and 25 minutes in, I think, right? So, of course, already a lot of games have been played. We missed Falcon's Bunny against Percival. But yeah, this is gonna be a great one, so let's focus on this. I don't care anymore about the rest. Oh my god, that's a great snipe here. Solid stuff from MaxPax. Bunny's gotta be salty about this one. He's gonna bring the SCV, he's gonna repair this one up. And I haven't set up anything, man. I'm so sorry. I keep on rambling about this. I should just set up the things. So please bear with me while I'm not focusing 100% on this early game here. I'm just gonna show you the scene, so I'm gonna set up the rest of the stuff and then I'm ready to go here. Great adept usage. Actually, one gets into the main base, did get a kill here, he gets another kill outside. He's dealing so much damage, man. This is amazing here for Bunny. Sorry, for MaxPax, of course, and not amazing for Bunny at all. Bunny's gonna be quite unhappy about this opening so far. And he's... oh, yes, I love it! He's going into Interference Matrix. Okay. I have been trying to tell Terrence that if you go Raven anyways, just grab Interference Matrix. It's cheap, it's fast, and it does help your Raven in your push. It just makes it so much better. Like, chuck down 1.5 auto turret or chuck down an Interference Matrix on the only Colossi or only Immortal or only... what is it called? On the only War Prism, right? No War Prism micro anymore. That can break a defense. Okay, so let's get into the flow here. We got Bunny setting up his extra barracks. He's very defensive with the tanks so far, and he's keeping the Raven back, which is kind of interesting because usually you try to poke and get the scout on those what are they called? On the observers, right? Snipe these observers. MaxPax gonna try to assassinate one more SCV here, and he did see the Raven. Of course, you just see a Raven, it's like, alright, he's gonna come in for auto turret harassment, right? But this is a different beast. You can't really tell that this guy has Interference Matrix, and that can really throw a spanner into the works here, into the gears. A bunker tank. Nice setup here for Bunny. Should be fine behind this. He's gonna lose the bunker most likely in the front, but the tank is kind of unreachable there, untouchable, in very far in the back. Very good position there for that tank. Love to see it. And there's the observer. We have a forge on the way. We have charge on the way. A lot of good things happening here for MaxPax, but can he get everything up before this timing is gonna hit? +1 combat shield stim. That's the idea here. 2 base timing push. We're gonna see double medevac and then most likely the first move out. He's gonna try to grab the observer, but utilizes an auto turret, and that is gonna get sniped by the stalkers here. So the observer stays alive. We also have Hero against Epic right now. Gerald is waiting on Björn or Pick. That should be kind of clear who's gonna hit Gerald there. Then, yeah, Kyor's playing Rogue. This is a series I would love to see. I want to have replays after this month. It's gonna be great stuff here. Now we see the Robo on the way here. Bunny's only sitting on 1. Oh, this could be cool. He could snipe that War Prism. Oh, he doesn't see it. He sees the Zealot, which is a little bit of a tell. He's like, why is there Zealot here? But on the other side, now this is kind of good for MaxPax. Oh, he does not notice the Widow Mine. And connection. Boom. Very well done here. He's afraid of a Viking chasing him out or a Marine or anything come in there. So he does recall that immediately. And the push is going to commence here. Bunny pushed out with these 2 medevacs and the 60 Marines here on the side to kind of get a foothold out on the map. So the stalkers can't... They just can't monitor that army movement. So he doesn't know exactly that this is moving as well currently. So he's only fighting this with a few stalkers here, but in fact he needs the whole army. He actually has it in position. Great maneuvering here by MaxPax. We do see an anti-armor missile. Not a big fan, but he still has an interference matrix. You can choose. Do you want to do the Immortal or do you want to do the Colossus, which is eventually going to come? We see some Zealots trying to get in. The War Prism did get kind of re-rallied here and rerouted and is back into the main. He really wants to get that warp in, but it's already low and he only drops out the Zealots. Marine is trying to chase it out. Meanwhile, we have the big attack here. He's gonna use another anti-armor missile. No, Bunny! Just when the Colossus joins here. Very unfortunate timing, actually. Now he needs to wait again for the energy to actually be able to... Oh my god, the Zealot is gonna kill it. Oh, the medevac is out of energy. Zealot on Rampage. Ladies and gentlemen, a Zealot on 14 HP is on Rampage. And again, Zealot swarming here as well, getting a Widow Mine in the process. Finally, this guy has been cleared out. But this is looking good for MaxPax. He's kind of picking this push apart from left and right while he's building up his Colossi count. So yeah, MaxPax is looking very solid here. He's gonna pick off the 2 tanks now. If he can snipe that Raven, that would be amazing, but he doesn't really have any Stalkers left. And a 1 sentry, I don't think is gonna do the trick. Now if you can kind of maneuver this War Prism out... Oh, I guess you can't. Can you? It would be a nice assistance for his push, which is gonna seesaw into the natural here of Bunny. But this is a very flimsy army, so if Bunny has the reinforcements in place and he has a big army supply, you need to be very careful, because that's not enough to fight here for MaxPax. You could drop an auto turret. He's actually focusing with the sentry on that Raven. That's some great usage there of whatever he has anti-air. We do see an auto turret. I would love the Raven to be repaired. Oh no, it's gonna die. Oh come on, Bunny, man, that F2, that was unnecessary. So it feels like MaxPax is starting to pick Bunny apart a little bit. Bunny is very Marauder heavy, and there are a few mortals who are actually really chewing away at these guys. And Bunny could have held this, but he's scanning the 4th base and he says, all right, I just can't do anything anymore. I'm gonna be on lost terms anyways, and we'll have to just go into the next game here. Now MaxPax tanking that up very beautifully, but Bunny did do some insanely good moves, so I'm actually quite satisfied with Bunny's play there. I feel like he had a few mistakes though with his own push, so yeah. MaxPax not able to join this one apparently. There we go. So let's hop into the next map here. Gonna be Ultra Love, MaxPax against Bunny. Map number 2. And already one up for the other guy. But now we focus on this one at the top right. It is Bunny. Playing as blue in the red corner. And as red in the blue corner, we do have MaxPax. Lovely map, Ultra Love. It's actually quite good for terrain, it feels like. There's a lot of ledges and ridges and bridges in the middle. So you can kind of play a very siege tank heavy style, and that just works wonders here. Let's see what we will get out of the openings. Already rallying the second SCV to the Vespine Geyser. He means double gas opening for Bunny. So he's gonna go a little bit more gas intensive here. Getting up the factory most likely before his command center. Could utilize that Hellion Reaper opening. He kind of likes to do that actually. Very... has been favoring that a lot in his recent games, so... I wouldn't be surprised to see that again. Unfortunately, like, he didn't really utilize that interference matrix last game. I think he had that opportunity where there was one Colossi, and then if he pushes in at the correct time, he just has to fight an Immortal, basically. And the rest is like a Stalker Zealot army. Of course, charge already being done at that point was kind of the big thing there, why I think he didn't want to commit. And MaxPax just had the correct... He perfectly macroed, so he had the correct amount of units, the correct amount of gates, the correct upgrades. He basically had everything in place, and he was in position. So yeah, that was the big issue there for Bunny, unfortunately. If he has like a few SCVs with that, puts up some bunkers, it's a completely different story, right? You only need like 3, it's not a big commitment, and then you put up like 2 structures, and that really messes with the zealots. Of course, you still need to fight from low ground to high ground, so there's this... You cannot place anything on the ramp, right? So you can't push it that forward. But you can get in its siege position for the tanks. Not sure. I really like it when those Terrans pull like a couple SCVs with these pushes, because it just makes it so much stronger. Now going already up to full gas saturation here. Reactor Hellion... It's not going to be a thing, but we see the reactor for the barracks and then the starport coming online. Kind of expecting 1 Hellion, 2 Reaper here. He could snipe that adept actually. He's gonna see these Reapers though. But yeah, he would be crazy if it committed to that shade. Now 2 adepts against 2 Reapers and 2 Hellions. It really comes down to the engagement and the micromanagement of these things. But this is gonna be a dead SCV, and that's again a delay here on that command center for Bunny. If you can snipe these 2 adepts, maybe he has like a solid thing. But yeah, it's already difficult, right? If the good engage, he bounces his own SCV, but it's still... That was so funny, I've never seen that in action. You need to be so careful, man, and yeah, first Reaper is sniped. That's the issue, if you get hit, you just lose those units. You need to stay out of range of that adept shot. Oh, that was a cool Hellion Flame as well there in the end. Tried to connect with that adept, but unfortunately did not happen. Now Widowmine drop here. But he needs to be careful. If he just runs over the adept, over the vision, and I think it's gonna spot it, there we go. He sees the medevac, and MaxPax is not gonna let some information like that slide. So he knows he's already putting his Stalkers in position here. He knows there's gonna be a drop, and he knows, well, there was a Hellion opening, so you're not gonna drop the Hellion. There was only 1 Hellion. So what else is it gonna be? It was 2 Reapers, 1 Hellion, so you don't have the Marine production most likely. So it can kind of only be Widowmine or Cyclone. And yeah. Stalkers are gonna be fine against that. He even gets the medevac, man. Bunny is already off to a very bad start here. At least he's gonna sacrifice a probe, so he gets something out of that. He's gonna wait for blink, and now he's gonna utilize that blink. He gets some splash damage, but it's only shield, so it literally doesn't matter. Again a Raven, this time no interference matrix though. And again that 3 barracks setup with the double tech lab most likely. So again, going into a 2-base push, kind of setting up the same setup as last game. 1 engineering bay, stim over here, and we'll see probably a tank be placed down kind of in this area. Oh, the barracks need to lift if it wants to have an add-on at this point. Or the tank needs to move, whichever is faster, I wonder. Now we do see a little bit of a push here in the front, but there's a tank, there's a bunker full of marines. He snipes 1 or 2 SCVs, but he loses a stalker, so definitely not worth it here for MaxPax. A little bit over eager. Also, a Raven finally coming in here. That was the Hellion getting sniped there, by the way. So Raven is starting to get some harassment. He needs to be careful that he doesn't get sucked into that black hole there. Now he's gonna chuck down an auto turret. That's some nice damage. A little bit of a late reaction here for MaxPax. Does lose 3 probes. Pretty nice for 1 auto turret. And even gets a 4th one there on the back end. A little bit too early on the resaturation here. At least the 2nd auto turret doesn't really do anything. So nice, perfect evacuation there on that time. And now he should be in place with Stalkers. Kind of... I don't think he can hit the Raven though from here, right? Oh, that was a dead observer. Let's check actually, yeah. Bunny did pick that off. And Stalkers are going ham here. Now we do see 5 gates being added. And this is a MaxPax special. He did this the last game as well. He adds charge, he adds the forge, he adds +1. And then he goes into his mass production. And after that, only after that, he adds the robotics bay. And we see the double drop. And this has a lot of potential. So the production is up, but there's no money to warp in all of these units. There's no free pylon space to warp in all of these units right now. And he's kind of split. He has all of his stalkers on the front, and he knows this frontal push is coming because it's Bunny, right? And Bunny's kind of... it might be a fake. It might be a fake. This might be a fake. There's the warp prism as well. But this is the whole story here. Bunny is trying to pick off things with this drop this time. And now he's also engaging with the main force here. So he's trying to join up both forces while already decimating the units here before charge is done. And he's doing a great job. He's killing these 2 sentries. Oh, only gets the 1, but that was the one that got overcharged. And now the reinforcements coming in here. He needs to rotate these medevacs back. Oh, come on, please use both. You need that healing power. He has 1 tank, siege in a very good position. The other one needs to move forward a little bit. A couple of Widow Mines here in a very nice setup. And we do see some counter damage here. Nothing at home right now for Bunny. He needs to scramble the defense, but we already see the engagement here for MaxPax. He's kind of a little bit loose on that tank, but he has enough units here in the end. Oh, if he could have sniped that Immortal, man. But yeah, Bunny says, alright, man, that engage was a little bit too much. I'm just gonna GG. Forfeit. There we go. Not gonna win that game. Not gonna win that series. And MaxPax takes a series kind of easily. And